What's up,
You're
Giants fans, Hub watchers, YouTube subscribers, Twitter and Instagram followers? It's Kush back at it with another Just Chillin' podcast episode with OGR, One Giant Rebuttal from OGR Sports. Shout out to everybody in here. We got C and B, Joseph Balby, Sugar Tots, Authentic. We got Jason Garrett, by the way. We got our own play
really? We got
caller in here.
Jason. Hey, did you
Jason is in here.
low key? I didn't get to hear it, but I was listening to another Giants channel, and they were talking about Jason Garrett getting fired.
I've seen articles on that. I've gotten messages in my Discord about, hey, what do you think about Jason Garrett getting fired and stuff, or like the possibility of him getting fired? I'm like, where did this story come from? But before we even get into that, how you doing, OGR?
I am doing fantastic, bro. I can't complain. I can't complain at all. I reached the
mean,
milestone that we all strive to do. The first milestone. So
this man, OGR, guys, is officially at 1,000 subscribers.
finally.
Can we get a couple of W's in the chat? Finally, it only took him about 3.5 years.
No, 3.5. Come on, I ain't that old too.
Shout out to Nerding Out Sports in here. Everybody, thank you, Joseph Balby, for promoting the channel. So She Got Sports is gonna be in here probably like 5 to 10 minutes. Kid Blue is gonna be in here, maybe I want to say 30 or so. It is what it is. Y'all know how it is. OGR, man, listen, we got a bunch of W's in here, bro. Thank you to y'all, because you guys are a big part of him getting to that milestone. You guys definitely support this man a lot. And shout out to King Sean, by the way. He's a Washington football team fan in here. I know he's happy today. Washington won. But how you feel, man? Before we started the stream, you actually had a background that matched your shirt, the dog pound, because Cleveland destroyed the Eagles, man. How you feeling?
I called that game.
You called that game, man. What you think?
Man, I went on Philly Notions channel, and then I went on Philly 500 channel. I both told them, yo, telling you need a hard reset. You need a new GM. You need a new coach. And if you don't do that, because you need fresh eyes, I think Doug Peterson stuck in his ways, and I think a lot of it was Frank Wright. And I think that's coming out. I think that's very clear. Last 2 years, I think Frank Wright was the reason why they made it. He was a big part of it, the play calling and whatnot. Doug Peterson just don't have it. I'm sorry. He is not the coach that everybody was. And I remember Lord Brunson saying that, yo, Doug Peterson, literally top 5 coach in league. Sorry, bro. Nowhere close, bro. Nowhere close. Top 5 coaches do not make those mistakes.
Last time I spoke to Philly Notion, by the way, guys, go over there and check him out. Great Eagles content creator, super respectful, super fun to have on, man. Dude actually gave the Giants props before I was willing to give the Giants props and say that we could probably run something here. But last time I spoke to him, I told him, you guys, the one biggest problem with the Eagles in the past 3 years is that they're continuing to live off the high of that Super Bowl. They never tried to move forward, and now they're being forced to do it with the situation that they got right now.
Yeah, and then I told him, I said, and don't expect to turn around. I said, don't expect to turn around next year. I said, you have backloaded contracts. You're going to be relying on younger players. I said, you're going to have to rebuild that offensive line. Jason Kelsey's not getting any younger. Lane Johnson's not getting any younger. You have, what's his face coming back from the Achilles injury. You don't know who that Brooks there, that left guard. You don't know what he's going to have. Right guard, there's a question mark. And obviously left tackle, neither one of their guys, Jason Peters is washed. I mean, did you see what Olivier Vernon was doing to Jason Peters?
Olivier Vernon looked like 2016 Olivier Vernon for Giants.
Yeah, he did.
Olivier Vernon, because I saw a meme about it. Olivier Vernon filling in the hole for Miles Sanders. I'm like, hey, yo, don't be fooled. Like 90% of that is the fact that the Eagles line cannot protect against anything. But shout out to everybody in here. We got a couple more people in here. Manuel Brito, Nerding Out Sports, Marjorie Simmons, Wolves says do a call-in show. Not tonight. I will be doing another call-in show on Tuesday, just like I did last Tuesday. Yvette's and Russ Vallone. We got a bunch of people in here. Micro Gamer, Edward Chan, James Carter, AJ Nix. So we got a question here from Russ Vallone. Are you excited for Xavier? What do you think about Xavier McKinney coming back? Because a lot of people, it's been a hot topic for about a couple weeks now. He should be coming back against Cincinnati.
The man himself is in the chat, apparently.
He is Xavier McKinney. Hey, yo, with his Alabama picture is in. Yo, Xavier, tell us, man, how's your recovery going?
So, all seriousness, this came up the other night on one of the streams I was on, and I basically said, I think Xavier McKinney is going to be kind of dealt with like Matt Pert, where he's just going to be brought in slowly. I look at Xavier McKinney and Jabril Peppers being a very similar player, meaning in the box safety. I'm not sure Xavier McKinney can be that ball hawking free safety. I didn't see him do that at Alabama, but he is a playmaker, and I'm excited for him. But everybody knows I wanted Antoine Winfield Jr. I wanted that.
And let's be completely fair right now. Give me your thoughts on Antoine. He's been everything that you've said he would, everything that KB was also behind him said he would be. He looks amazing.
Yeah, he fire, absolute fire. Love that kid. I knew he was going to be special. I watched him ball out against my Penn State Nittany Lions, and shout out to my Penn State Nittany Lions. They are 0-5, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Penn State's not messing around. And she's in here, by the way. She got sports. Lauren is in here. What's up, Lauren? How you doing?
Lauren, long time no see.
I know, right? Especially for a bye week. I mean,
exactly.
How you doing, Lauren? So we were just talking about the Eagles getting destroyed by the Browns, and then we got a question about McKinney. So you take on whichever you want to first.
All right, I gotta be honest. I'm very nervous. Like now that Washington and Dallas won today, and obviously
it's a three-way tie
that the Eagles lost, but it's like, whoa, this is about to be chaos, and I'm really nervous, and my hopes are going to be up, and I hope my hopes aren't ruined, and I hope my hopes and dreams aren't shattered. And I know like these next few weeks, like the games are just going to be so intense. At least for me personally, I'm going to be like, oh my God, every 5 seconds. And yeah, emotions.
Emotions. What about Xavier McKinney coming back? And we actually, the man himself was in the chat. We got Xavier McKinney right here, man.
So did they say next week? Like, that's what we were talking about. OGR knows this Friday. Like, we don't know exactly, I guess, when it is, but obviously
there still is. That's a very interesting thing. I know a lot of people, including myself, a lot of people in the chat, they're getting excited for him to come back. We haven't had a set date yet, which is kind of weird.
I feel like we'll know more this week, like after the bye week, because I feel like initially it was like, yeah, he could come back after the bye week. So now we're after the bye week. So I'm sure the beat reporters will ask whenever the next media availability is, like, hey, so
there is the fourth person. KB, he's gonna be in here soon, guys. Don't you worry. We got AJ Nixon here, a Cowboy X Factor, a Cowboys fan. He says everybody would be 3-7 if it wasn't for that Philadelphia tie. I think that was at week 1 or week 2 that Philly tied with.
Versus the Bengals.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Shout out.
I know that tie just like ruins everything.
That's because I'll tell you what, everybody could go like it's just. I could see the Giants going 5 or 6 wins, and so can the Eagles, and they would get in just because of that tie.
Ligma asks, what does Lauren think of the Joe Burrow injury?
Oh, so I saw this on Twitter. Like, I don't know, you guys might know from my live streams or whatever. Like, I really like Joe Burrow, and like I always tried to pick the Bengals for upsets just because I really do enjoy watching Joe Burrow play. And no, this is like weird to say, but I feel like if I had to pick an NFL quarterback that I'm most similar to as a person, I feel like it's Joe Burrow. He's like, yeah, I was afraid of every scary movie as a kid. Watch SpongeBob. He's a big Office fan. It's like probably a lot of people relate to that, whatever. I just like Joe Burrow as a player and a person. So when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh. Like,
Joe Burrow is just a great dude.
Guy.
And it's amazing how much he's transitioned from college, his senior year, that historic season at LSU to the NFL. I think it looked like a pretty damn seamless transition. I hope he's good and that he gets back fine.
It's crazy because like we all knew that offensive line wasn't good, but he was making it work. It seemed like, he was making it work. He was making plays, and it's just I was excited to watch him play versus the Giants. Like, I was excited.
Cincinnati got a couple of former Giants on there, like Bobby Hart or something.
Bobby Hart is starting. Yeah, he was starting the last time I saw. I mean,
they got some terrible people on that line, man. They got some straight trash players on that line. Real quick, guys, I have to do this. I forgot to do it earlier. Let me just share screen real quick because the people.
AJ Nix, what's going on?
The people that sponsor my videos emailed me and said I haven't done it on live stream. So if you guys are into Madden, once again, Madden 21 MUT coins, go over to GameRusher.com, use the code HUBHUB, get 6% off. They got Madden, NBA 2K, all that. Go over there, get your stuff. That's it. Let's get back. I was supposed to do that at the beginning of the stream. Forgot to. My bad, guys. Let's get back to the chat here. How do you pronounce this name? My bad, bro. Milan. I'm just calling him Milan. He says Danny Jones will take care of the future and present the Vince Lombardi Trophy. And in discussion, we will win. All right, listen. A lot of people getting high on the Giants. Are you guys still high after this week? Since we're in a 3-way tie now, technically kind of a 4-way tie.
I'm happy we're playing meaningful football, man. I like that. That's what that's what I'm talking about, meaningful football, because one more loss, honestly, it doesn't dash our hopes, but a loss against a team that we expect to win against, which Bengals, Cleveland, Cowboys are the teams I still expect to win against, even though the Cowboys showed out a little bit today. Their defense is still hot garbage. But, yeah, I mean, those are the games we need to win. And if we want to really seal ourselves, we have to get to that magic 7-win mark. Because we were going through the schedule. We went through the schedule ourselves with the Dallas Cowboys, and then obviously the Washington football team. Everybody knows the Eagles schedule. That was like memorized by every Giants fan last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cheese Whiz. Thank you for the $2 super chat. He says, love the work y'all are doing. Let's go Giants. Thank you, man. You guys are great supporters. Lauren, you still milking the win, as Marjorie would say?
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to be in the situation, as OGR said. Like, these games matter. It's cold out, and the games matter. Like, whoa. But also, like I said, I'm a nervous fan, like, especially because we're in this situation finally, and the last time they made the playoffs was what? 2017, the year?
Yeah.
Like the 2016 season, 2017, the year. To be honest, I cried after that loss. Not gonna lie. Just shed a few tears. I was just very upset. But like now that they're in the spot, my hopes are up, and I'm like, don't get your hopes up. Like just like enjoy. Like
it's like, I mean, it doesn't help.
games.
It doesn't help that in 2018 and 2019, so the past 2 seasons, we've also kind of been in similar positions. Going into our bye weeks in both of those years, we're like, hey, we're still in it. We could still make a run. Remember the famous Odell quote in 2018, we're going to run the table. Ain't nothing happened. Last year at the bye week, even though, Daniel Jones was in there, there was a new hope. We were like, yo, we could do something. We're still in this. So there's definitely a bit of a fear of repetition from those past 2 years because nothing ended up happening. But what makes it different this time for you guys? OGR, what about you?
It's just looking at and seeing lights at the end of the tunnel, pretty much. I mean, that's all I can say. I mean, I'm just excited to be playing meaningful football. But that being said, though, I can't wait till BBS gets in the stream. When he does, I'm going to roast him so hard. So let him have his little spiel, and then he's getting roasted live on stream. I can't wait.
This man is just waiting. One by you, Lauren. You said you're still nervous, but can you understand where fans are coming from? Where they're like, it's different this time?
For sure. I mean, because the NFC, I don't know how my mic sounds, because the NFC East is so bad this year, and it's only a half a game. Was it ever a half a game in these previous years? I don't think it was, right?
Nah, it was always like 1 or 2 games.
Like, the tie is the only thing ruining this. Like, just think about it. Like, the tie. Like, just get rid of the tie. It's like, I don't know, because also this part of the schedule is going to get difficult. Like Seahawks, Cardinals, Ravens. Those are a few difficult games there. But I mean, it's better to have nervous energy than sad energy, if you know what I mean. Like, I'd rather be nervous and like butterflies and like, oh man, let me look at some more mock drafts. Because now I'm like, no mock drafts. Like, no mock drafts. Let's go. Playoffs.
Yeah. I want to say, when I was taking a shower earlier today, I was like, yo, this is weird. We're usually by this time of the year, in 2018 and 2019, I was already looking at players in college. I was already doing sort of my research by this time of the year because I'm like, it's done. Like, the season is over. Like, I'm just going to watch the games because I'm a fan. And you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why, like, I've been, like, for example, last year, after I want to say like week 9 or so, I already started looking at college players. I already started looking at free agency. I already started doing my research. I don't want to do it this year because there's just that sense of hope. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's just something there. And it's, I'm not doing it until we're actually eliminated from contention. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to everybody in here doing the For the Throne hashtag. Kid Blue started this. He wants it to go viral. For the throne of the NFC East. Now, it may be a toilet seat, but it's still a throne. And we still got a shot at it.
And isn't it still home field advantage or something?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
it's as crazy as it sounds. Shout out to Word, by the way. If we somehow clinch the NFC East, we're going to be the 4th seed with like a 6 wins or something, and we will host.
Oh, my God.
We will host a playoff game.
A trap playoff game.
A trap playoff. Yeah, I got a question for both of y'all. Who would you love if the Giants host a playoff game? Who would you love to host?
Low-key Minnesota.
You think Minnesota could make it up to be the 5th seed? I think they would be lower than the 5th seed.
Oh no, would be 4 or 5. So who would I like to host?
Yeah.
Problem is, I don't think we're obviously not going to get a choice. Now, if I want an easy game, I don't even think there's an easy game left. Because honestly, it's going to be an NFC West team. I really think. And it's like, okay, do you want to go against Seattle or do you want to go against Arizona? Or do you want to go against the Rams? I just don't. I think it's nothing but an NFC.
Well, on the bright side, if it's any of those, we have dress rehearsals against each of those teams this year.
Yeah, and then the Bucks too.
Yeah, I see a bunch of
people have said. Yeah.
I see a bunch of people saying the Bucks. I've been saying the Bucks because right now, if the season were to end today, they would be the 5th seed. Obviously, we wouldn't be the 4th because the Eagles are in the league. What about you, Lauren? Who would you look forward to?
Yeah, I think the Bucks would be interesting. I think someone said this in my stream today, or maybe it was a different stream. I don't know. But like, it's Tom Brady in the playoffs versus the Giants. Like, I mean, I know it's different. It's like totally different now, but I think that's always.
I mean, he struggled against us.
Yeah, it's always an interesting storyline, especially what just happened this season. Like, they were competitive. They almost tied that game. Like, I don't think I'd be scared. I mean, I'd obviously be scared, whoever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's like, even if they're playing like the Jets in the playoffs somehow, the 0-9 Jets or whatever were in the playoffs, I'd still be nervous. Like, I'd be nervous whoever they play, just because that's the nature of it. But
by the way, low key, I have here a beanie of Kid Blue's favorite Giants running back of all time, Ron Dane. Hot garbage.
Speaking of favorite running back, Kid Blue is still running away from his favorite old lineman. Never got that nasty Nick jersey.
No, he didn't get the nasty Nick jersey because we had problems. So I get refunded. So I think around Christmas time, I'll make it a Christmas gift for him.
But let's see if we got any questions here in the chat. Nothing much. People are just spamming for the throne. Spamming for the throne. All right. So I got a question.
Yeah, I really need them to win the division.
Y'all real okay? So
right now, I'm like picturing them winning the division.
Looking forward to
everyone's
this week, right?
This up too much.
That's what I'm saying. Like looking forward to this week. Let's take it Joe Judge style, week by week. We should win against Cincinnati, right? You never call any game like a guaranteed W, but we should win against Cincinnati.
I mean,
yes, we should.
We should.
You look like you got something else to say there.
Well, I mean, you could tell she's nervous. Like, she's nervous. I don't blame her for being nervous.
Bro, the nervous energy for the next month is going to be, like, crazy. I mean, they didn't even play today. Look how nervous I am.
Why couldn't why couldn't the Cowboys lose? What do you think? Okay, so I already got OGR's thought on it earlier. But yeah, Lauren, what do you think about this? Minnesota choked and allowed the Cowboys to win. Should we take that seriously?
Through a goal line interception. It was that game. I was like, oh my gosh. And what was the question? What do I think?
I was like, yeah, do you think we should take it seriously? Is it more of a Minnesota choke?
It was a good game. I watched the majority of that game.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Dallas played a pretty good game. Like these past few games, like even versus the Steelers, the Dallas defense has looked so much better. Like they were so bad earlier this year. They're playing so much better. Like Minnesota had a good game offensively, but they didn't look as bad as they had in the past. I mean, they didn't let Minnesota have the game-winning drive there. I feel like that was big. And like Andy Dalton, he made plays when he had to. I just don't think that week 17 game versus Dallas is as easy as we thought it was going to be a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, OGR, you?
I don't think it's as easy, but the measuring stick for me is Washington. Washington, you don't know what Washington team's going to show up. So I'm going to gauge a little bit more on Dallas and see where they are against Washington. Because if Washington beats Dallas, then, like I said, I only see Dallas winning 2 more games if that's the case. And so,
wait, who has the harder schedule? Do you know, Washington or Dallas?
No, Dallas has like the easiest schedule out of all the NFC teams left. Dallas by far has the easiest schedule, in my opinion.
So basically, Thursday, we should be rooting for Washington to win.
Yes, because they then have to go and play Pittsburgh Steelers, I believe, next.
By the way, shout out to Authentic in the building, guys. Go over to Authentic in the Beards channel. Check him out. I also saw a word asking this a couple times. Would I ever work with the homie Diggy546? I have no idea who that is, so I can't say.
Diggy546 is another Giants YouTuber. Good dude.
I'm almost down to work with a Giants YouTuber. I just legitimately do not know who that is. X-Flaws here with a pretty football-related question. He says, what do you guys think about Darby Holmes playing cornerback number 2 and Ryan moving into the slot when McKinney comes back? So that means Holmes will be on the outside. He did play outside corner in college. I don't know. It's an interesting idea, but for the future, that means you're assuming that Logan Ryan would be coming back, right? Because otherwise, why would you move him to the slot at this time of the year? He's been pretty good at free safety. What do you think about that, OGR?
See, the problem is I still think he'd get bullied out there. So I'd rather see Logan. If they're going to do that, I'd rather see Logan Ryan because Logan Ryan's got to be better than Yadam and got to be better than any other person we're going to put out there, Hartage or whoever.
So you want to put Logan out at outside corner?
I mix some guys out there and see who could play the best down the stretch. I mean, you have more options now than you did before.
And I feel like you can kind of, whenever McKinney comes back, I feel like he can play kind of, not all over on the defense, but he can play. He's kind of like a player who can play in multiple positions. If you want to switch things up for a snap or something, he can play low.
What are you most excited to see from McKinney when he comes back, Lauren?
Well, I feel like I said this Friday, but just physicality and hard-hitting safety, that type of thing. So I feel like that should be fun.
You have it in Jabril, though.
Yeah, no, you do. But just more physicality, you know what I mean, on the defense, Giants defense, old school football, whatever.
Do any of you think that his coverage skills are underrated? I know everybody, that's what McKinney is known for. He's known more as a strong safety than a free safety, but I think his coverage skills are kind of underrated. What about you, OGR?
Honestly, I haven't seen him have to react in space because the biggest problem with the Giants is the zone and that soft zone. And can he sit there and read and be aggressive like you need to be in a zone? Mm-hmm. That's my question mark. If he can do it, great. If he can develop into Kenny Phillips, what Kenny Phillips would have been had he not, had a career-ending injury, then yeah.
Lauren?
Yeah, I don't know if he's exactly underrated, but honestly, I haven't watched enough film of him playing zone or I've only really seen the highlights, so I can't honestly say I think he's underrated.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, this is something I've seen a lot. Damian Moody in here. I've seen a lot of this comparison. And McKinney reminds him of Jamal Adams. Well, if you're talking about Jamal Adams and the Jets, because Adams on the Seahawks right now does not look that good. I love that. Is that you think that's just Adams regressing, or is that just because he's in a terrible defense?
Partially it's because he's in a terrible defense, but the Jets defense wasn't good last year either.
I mean, yeah, Adams has not been.
Maybe they're not utilizing him right. But did you see that goal line thing where he had a chance to hit the running back and he just totally whiffed the tackle, didn't want any sort of contact, and that's shocking because that's what Jamal Adams is known for, big hits.
Mm-hmm. We got a question here by Lestat Walton. Shout out to Lestat. He says, I think Kaden Smith is a vital piece in the offense. What are your thoughts? Now, Smith hasn't really been used that much. I don't know if it's Garrett thing or if it's just, they trust Ingram more for some reason. But Kaden Smith hasn't even been used that much as we expected him to. What do you guys think about that?
I think he's a solid 2. And, with low end 1 upside. It sounds like I'm talking about fantasy right now. But, I mean, that's how I feel about Kaden right now. I think he can play the position at an average level, and he's a pretty good blocker. So, I mean, it's definitely going to hurt missing him in the Bengal game, and hopefully he's back for the next game because I think beside him and Tuilolo are probably our best 2 blockers at tight end. So.
Mm-hmm. Lauren?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Just with the blocking, that's what you're going to miss, really. Not just the blocking. That sounds disrespectful to him. You're just going to miss his blocking. But no, I really do believe he's a better blocker than Ingram, obviously. So you're going to miss that blocking. And, they were having him out there when the offensive line struggled in those sets just for some extra protection at times. So, but yeah, you have Tolilo. Oh, I can't pronounce it. What is it? Tolilo, right?
Oh, I say Toilolo.
Tololo?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't even worry about butchering it.
But he'll probably he'll step into that role, and when they need a tight end to block, and Ingram will probably block some more too.
We've only recently started using a lot more tight ends. When I think it very much coincides with Wayne Gallman going off and the Wayne train taking off. Speaking of which, what do you guys think about that? You think that's Gallman getting into his own, or is that the line and then putting a lot more heavy tight end sets out there? I'll start with She Got Sports on this one.
I kind of want to say maybe it's a combo because the offensive line has been playing better, but Wayne Train has just been running angry, just north and south running angry. And Yeah, I think he's really just getting into a zone as well. I think it's a combination of both, but you got to give Wayne Gallman a lot of credit.
OGR, I seen he's showing his luxurious home out there. You know, he got some Arizona beachfront property and whatnot. OGR, your thoughts?
Arizona beachfront property. Think
Yeah.
about that for a second.
Yeah, that's the point, bro.
Unless I'm next to a lake.
Yeah.
All right, so repeat it.
I almost said Evan Ingram because I read Evan Ingram from a Vets in the chat. No, Wayne Gallman, right? The Wayne train taking off. Is that just him, or is that the O-line playing better? And we're using a lot more time.
But I love the hard nose running between the tackles. You know, getting north and south very quickly. So yeah.
So wait, I didn't catch your answer. Was that him?
No, so I think I said it's the O-line.
It's the O-line.
But I'm not taking like away from him because I love the ability to get north and south and be able to hit the hole. So,
all right, okay.
The division's actually decent too. Now everybody's saying this is a Bad Dog crib. Hey guys, when Bad Dog uses this is a default thing in StreamYard as a background. So
it's a green screen. I think they know it's a green screen. They're probably just joking around. Nate says Gallman is a good back, but if Saquon couldn't do it, nobody could. The O-line has improved. This is a great point because I think Giants fans have been going a little crazy and just forgetting just who Saquon Barkley is. I've seen suggestions saying, "Oh, we should let Saquon go and just keep Gallman." I think we are forgetting how bad this line was at the beginning of the year. What do you guys think about that in general? Like people are saying we should not even, keep Saquon around.
I think no. Absolutely not. But honestly, I want to see Saquon. I would love for Saquon to be healthy and running behind this line right now. Like, I really want to see it because it just seems like he gets like the short end of the stick a lot of times. But we'll see. We'll see what Saquon comes back.
Oh, me. Sorry, I was looking at the green screens. The green screen background.
Exploring the green screen.
I think Saquon Barkley it's just a thing. It's not my opinion. Saquon Barkley and Wayne Gallman have different running styles. Wayne Gallman's more north and south. Saquon Barkley's gonna have more jump cuts, and then from that he kind of has more explosive plays. Saquon, they could be at the 50-yard line and Saquon could score a touchdown. I think the offensive line being bad just was almost worse for Saquon Barkley's play style. But Saquon should not be going anywhere. You know what I mean? Like Saquon in the pass game as well as in the rushing game, like he's such a game changer in all parts of the game. Someone tweeted this out, I believe, or someone said this. This is not my original thought, is what I'm saying. But like those options, like with Daniel Jones.
What's with the dumpster fire, man?
Like who's gonna run the ball then? Like teams are gonna have to think about, okay, Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones. Like who's gonna have the ball here? Who's gonna be running the ball if they're running an option here or something?
Mm-hmm.
So Saquon should not be going anywhere, in my opinion.
And then people, you can't forget about him out the backfield in the catching game as well.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Authentic brings it up all the time. He's in the chat here. He was injured last year, and he still managed to get 2,000 all-purpose yards. I think we're just forgetting very quickly. It amazes me how good Saquon is. Now, the question is, how much you paying him? Because I'm not paying him $20 million a year.
I don't think nobody. That's why I think a lot of Giants fans, he's going to be under contract. A lot of Giants fans want him traded now, which is crazy to think. It's hard for me to sit there and be unhomerish because I've loved Saquon. I've followed Saquon since Penn State. I remember his first real game against Buffalo. I mean, obviously Buffalo's not a powerhouse in the NCAA, but I was, just fun and refreshing. That's the first player I've really followed from college, from freshman year in college, all the way to the NFL. And I knew he was going to be picked by the Giants. I knew it during the at Indianapolis for the combine. I knew it. I've never seen a scout come over and shake somebody's hand. And I just knew right then and there he was going to be drafted. So it's hard for me to sit there and
I remember right before the draft, TMZ leaked and Ron Effect on YouTube, he was in Philly And for some reason, Saquon was in a Philly barbershop and he was getting a haircut wearing a Giants like jersey or something like that right before the draft.
Yeah, I remember that.
Exactly. Johnny Kelly, where is Kid Blue? He's gonna be in here soon, hopefully very soon. Dude's out doing Kid Blue things. OGR. So is that Washington, the Cowboys, or the Eagles as your background? Which one is that?
That's the whole NFC East actually behind me.
That's the whole NFC East.
Yeah.
You're not even giving the Giants a little bit of credit.
Bro, we're 3-7.
We're the best.
I'm happy we're playing meaningful football. But
she got sports. Back me up here. We're the best 3-7 team ever. Are we not the best 3-7 team ever?
Well, I haven't watched every 3-7 team, so I can't say this like officially. No, I can't say we're the best 3-7 team ever. I don't know. Like I
have a serious bone to pick with KB when he gets in there. I want him in here so bad.
We're a nice 3-7 team. You're like,
nice,
oh, that's a decent 3-7 team.
Wow, you're super nervous about this Giants team, huh?
Do I sound like really superstitious?
Oh,
you sound super. You're like you're not committing to it.
I know. I said this on my stream this morning. I'm like, oh great, I'm a Giants YouTuber who's being superstitious, who has to make videos. Yippee! Like that's gonna be a great combo. No, we'll say the classic Michael Scott quote. I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious.
I'm a little stitious.
I will chill like towards Tuesday.
All right, so low key, I am superstitious. You know why?
Why?
I had after the game last week, I had ramen. Mm-hmm. Tonight, guess what I had? Because the Browns winning was like, okay, well, I might as well have ramen tonight. So, so I've been doing ramen like me and TSR. Every time like somebody is calling it and there's a bad play for the Giants, the other person immediately has to start calling it. That's just like so there's a lot of superstitious stuff going on between me and TSR and what I have to eat and whatnot. So
someone said something that I just wanted to someone tapped on my chair and I wanted to address it. Where did they go?
They probably went all the way up. Edward Chan says the Chargers are they 3-7? The Chargers are not 3-7 because the Chargers, if that's a team right there, you want to talk about football luck. Just throughout their history, they are 3-7. Wow, I did not know that. The Los Angeles Chargers are
3-7 team.
They might be the better 3-7 team. I ain't gonna lie.
Really good 3-7 teams of all time in one season.
That is crazy. And Justin Herbert, man, have you been looking at Justin Herbert that much, Lauren? Justin Herbert has been an amazing rookie quarterback so far.
I've been watching a lot of Justin Herbert. I thought the Giants were going to draft him. I remember
everybody did.
I was on vacation in like October during his college season, and since I thought the Giants were going to draft him, I just like stayed in the hotel room and watched the game.
I remember Justin Herbert was supposed to come out for the Giants in 2019. I'm convinced he stayed back because he didn't want to come to the Giants, and then he stayed back that extra year.
No, I think he wanted to play with his brother.
Yeah, I heard that. And I saw this crazy thing, like when he was a kid, like in school, like he wrote like, I will be the quarterback for the Chargers. Like I'm going to be like an NFL quarterback for the Chargers, blah, blah, blah. Like he predicted it. That's pretty crazy.
So he's finally here, guys. Kid Blue is finally in the house, man.
By the way, everybody's saying that Saquon should be traded is crazy. All right? Just saying.
I just want to say, OGR got a bone to pick with you, so I'm going to let OGR.
I got a bone to pick you. Okay.
All the smoke. Let's go.
All right, you want all the smoke. Okay. So the game you finally go live for, Dallas in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Like, now, I know we're the full play-by-play, okay?
Yeah.
And then, okay, so all of a sudden something comes up after Dallas pulls off this victory, and you're not on a hub stream of time. I'm just saying. Low key,
you guys are trying to start
like a suspect Cowboy fan right now.
You guys are trying to start some kind of conspiracy against me, man.
Nah, bro, you are a Cowboys fan, bro.
You are straight up a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, I may have gone streaking down the community real quick. I
just want to say, look at his logo. If you could show your mug here real quick, your merch. You see now that's only blue and white. There's no Giants red in there.
Whatever.
You know what I'm saying?
There's no silver, gray, whatever they have there, silver, green, whatever the color.
Low key, turn around. I guarantee there's a star on the back.
I'm not showing the back of the mug.
So yeah, we were talking, man. You know what, KB? Just go ahead and say it. KB has a little depressing thing coming
Yeah,
off that
I'm
Cowboys Monday.
I'm depressed, guys. Calm. Listen. I live my life. A quick disclaimer: I live my life as a pessimist because when I'm surprised, I want it to be a good surprise. Okay. Now, I still think the Giants have a really good shot of making the playoffs. So I'm still hashtag for the throne, man. Hashtag for the throne. Still in it, but the Cowboys are now a factor, and I counted them as a non-factor. Just as recent as last week, I counted the Cowboys as a non-factor. What's going on, Philly Notion? Great, awesome content creator there. But I counted them as a non-factor last week. I'm like, who cares about the Cowboys? They're not going to do anything, right? And then I hear Andy Dalton is playing. I'm like, oh, damn. All right. So it's not going to be Garrett Gilbert or Ben DiNucci or whatever kind of concoction they can make of a quarterback. And Andy Dalton went out there and he didn't play great. He played like Andy Dalton today. I mean, he made some good open throws that quarterbacks are supposed to make, but he knows how to work the offense. It's very clear he knows how to work the offense. And with the weapons that he has at his disposal, it may be enough for them to really compete with us for the division. And I think they're a serious threat now. Before, I was riding high. Eagles, screw the Eagles. They suck. Washington, I don't expect anything from Washington. I thought we had an easy ride. The Cowboys are going to be an issue. And so that's all I got to say. I think the Cowboys are probably going to be the best team in the East in the end. If the Giants don't stay consistent, if they play like they've played in the past 2 weeks, which I still reserve my thoughts on that. If they play the same in the past 2 weeks, then we should win this. But I can't hold the Giants to be consistent, man.
Lauren, if you could answer this real quick, I think this is what you're looking for.
So I got this chair. You can order it on Amazon. It's a GTR. Oh no, it's a GT racing.
It's got a little pillow on it.
Yeah, I got.
That's pretty cool.
Didn't even have armrest, and I was like sitting here all day doing.
I need one, man. I got the desk, the microphone, but I got a lawn chair right here, man. This is.
It's not comfortable.
I got a old computer chair that I've been rocking with for about 6 years.
Listen, I'd rather deal with that, man. I can't even rock in this thing, okay?
How do you think I feel? I have a dumpster fire raging behind me.
That is the Philadelphia Eagles right behind you, man.
If you're working from home, I think it's
So what are you guys thinking? Is KB overreacting too much? And I'm asking the chat as well. I'm not just asking the panel here. Is KB overreacting too much, guys? Is he just, is this recency bias? Because I personally think it's more of a Vikings choking than the Cowboys coming back and that the Cowboys are going to do anything. I'm honestly not that worried. Obviously they're in the mix now. I think they take a step above the Eagles because I really think the Eagles are what OGR has behind them. But what are you thinking? Is KB too worried here? I'm going to start with Lauren.
Bro, you can never be too worried in the game of football.
Yeah.
And not half. 3 of the 4 teams in the division are 3-7 and a half a game out of first place. And all of a sudden this team we all thought was bad is now playing like better. It's like, here's someone else we need to worry about.
Right.
OGR.
Yeah.
Because low key, we want to be the best 3-7. We just wanted an easy path. That's what it was. We want an easy path. We wanted Washington to lose. We wanted Dallas to lose. We wanted Eagles to lose, and it didn't happen. Now that you're seeing there, but I mean, low key, look at who's it coming from though. It's coming from KB. Low key, a big Dallas fan. So I mean, that's why. I mean, all of a sudden he's all.
This is why
Cowboys are out of it. Now they have potential.
Listen. This is why I'm worried about it. Look at the schedule. We needed Dallas. Listen, we always talk about right Cincinnati. We have that worry that if we lose to Cincinnati, that we're pretty much screwed because we needed that win. That's an expected win for us. This was an expected loss for the Cowboys, and they won it. Okay, that's why it's concerning. They beat the Vikings. They were able to come back, even though the Vikings couldn't stand out of their own way. Washington. I don't think Washington's going to sweep the Cowboys. They had Ben DiNucci starting last time, and good field position from Ben DiNucci really paid off for Washington. So that can go either way. The Ravens are the only team in the remaining schedules I can say that is a definite loss for the Cowboys. Bengals without Joe Burrow is going to be up in the air, and 49ers, you don't know which 49ers teams you're going to get. We have to hope and pray that the Bengals, the 49ers, and the Eagles and us, of course, pull off the win, and Washington. And I think that's a really, really tough thing to.
I'll be more
just made me
about it if they beat Washington on Thursday.
You said what?
I'll be more concerned if they beat Washington on Thursday.
It's a real possibility.
If they lose to Washington, they're going to lose to the Ravens, and at that point, what are they going to win 3 out of the last 4?
Right. If they lose to Washington, for sure, but I don't count Washington to win on Thanksgiving.
I don't count either, but it's going to be a slobber knocker, and you never know how NFC.
I hope Alex Smith plays out of his mind on Thanksgiving. At least
Scary Terry, baby.
Scary Terry, man. At least Alex Smith is like, I have more confidence in Alex Smith than I do Dwayne Haskins or any other quarterback there. So, I mean, I've got that going for me for Washington to be the Cowboys, but it's gonna be hard, man. It's gonna be one of those situations where it's heartbreaking. Man, I just got completely blocked out there. But
my bad. Listen real quick. Shout out to Randall. He's another Eagles YouTuber, guys. Go check him out.
Oh, that's hilarious. But I completely lost my train of thought now.
Okay,
but,
while you're regaining that, I want to get Lauren's thoughts here on the schedule that I pulled up. Where are you seeing Dallas winning for the rest of the season here?
Where do I see them winning? Okay, I see them beating. This Washington game is going to be tough. Like, I'm 50-50 on that right now, so I'll come back to that. I think they lose versus the Ravens. I think they beat the Bengals. I think they beat the Eagles. And the 49ers, I don't know.
So Bengals and Eagles?
Okay, let's do worst case scenario here.
Yeah.
Let's just go with worst case scenario for the Giants here. So that would mean the Cowboys beat Washington. They lose to the Ravens. They beat the Bengals. They beat the 49ers. They beat the Eagles and then lose to the Giants. Would be like worst case scenario. Or, I mean, then they lose to the Giants would be worst case scenario.
That puts them at like 7-9.
That puts them at 7-9. And then
worst case scenario.
And the Giants would have to win one more of the games between the Ravens, Seahawks, and Arizona.
Right.
Well, the Giants could just win out and make everyone's life so much easier.
Yes,
here's the thing. I feel this is what I forgot to say. When I lost my train of thought on. The Giants could have one of those seasons where we look good. Say we mess around and we beat the Seahawks or something, right? It's crazy. Say we mess around, we beat the Seahawks. We have a fantastic end to the season, but none of it matters because the Cowboys have such an easy schedule and they just fly by with it. That's what's really going to piss me off. So
and then you think one score games and you're like, oh, the 2 point
exactly.
here. Oh, versus the Rams if they just I know.
We're gonna be left with moral victories and what if and hypotheticals. Another
Honestly,
season.
Let's just say Dallas does go to the playoffs. Okay, the record from 2004 is intact, which I'm happy about, and which is that no repeat winner in the NFC East. If you guys didn't know, but at that point, okay, I want my team to make the playoffs. But did anybody on this panel predict the Giants to make the playoffs this year?
Nope.
No, but what's heartbreaking is that we're so close to it. See, if we didn't have a chance or opportunity at this point of the season, I don't care. But at this point of the season, that it's week 11 and we have an opportunity, I'm going for it all. So it's more heartbreaking.
He's not jinxing it. He's a Cowboy fan.
That's what that song says. What hurts?
Voodoo.
Look at his shirt. Look at low key silver, blue.
Oh, whatever. This is.
Let me bring up.
I love you, BBS.
Let me bring back up the Giants schedule now. Give me the worst case scenario and then the best case scenario for the Giants schedule here.
All right, the
worst case scenario: lost to the Bengals, lost to Seattle, lost to Cardinals.
Okay, worst case scenario, we lose out.
We're not losing to the Bengals.
Imagine if they lost out after all this.
If they lose to the Bengals, I'm gonna be done. But that's not happening.
Okay, worst case scenario, we lose all but Bengals, right? And that will put us at 4-12. All right. Best case scenario, and I'm talking best case scenario, we pull off 3 more wins. Listen, if we somehow pull off another win, a 4th win, then I'll be shocked and I'll be so happy. I'll congratulate the Giants. But I can't see us being the Seahawks, can't see us being the Cardinals, and can't see us being the Ravens. Although I think they're beatable, I don't think we're there yet. That's it.
Okay, that's fair, fair. But do all those teams that you just mentioned, do you think each one of those teams is better than the Tampa Bay Bucks?
I think the Cardinals play better than the Bucks most times. I think the Seahawks play better than the Bucks most times, and I think the Ravens. Yeah, I think.
I don't
so.
think the Ravens are
I
better
know,
than the Bucks.
no. See,
Well, the Ravens
you're not
are
being
slowing
honest.
down.
You're not being honest with yourself because
Listen,
all
I don't like
these
Lamar
teams are-
Jackson. Okay, I'll be completely honest with you. But the defense, I know Baltimore's defense has been letting up as of late. It's very uncharacteristic of them. Marlon Humphrey's been letting up yards, all this other stuff. But these teams could bounce back. Just because the trend is setting. How many times have the Giants set new trends for teams? How many times have we let teams be the first against us? So nothing's out of the ordinary for me. The Ravens, out of those three teams, I will say the Ravens could be one of the beatable teams because we have been doing a good job containing quarterbacks. And Lamar Jackson, if you force him to throw, he's going to make mistakes. So I think the Ravens actually seem like the most vulnerable out of the three. Kyler has that gift of running and throwing that I think is going to be way too hard to control. D-Hop is going to have another match against James Bradbury, which I can't wait for because last time I watched those two battle it out on film, James Bradbury won by a long shot. And the Seahawks, they have a historically bad defense. I mean, they are on pace for. I was watching.
That's why I look at that game as the most beatable because they need a Russell Wilson miracle every week to win.
Right. What I'm fearful of is them targeting the opposite side of James Bradbury. So Tyler Lockett, if they put Tyler Lockett on the other side with Ryan Lewis or Isaac Yadam, I think it's burnt toast.
God forbid if DK somehow ends up on the other side.
Be right back, guys. Enjoy the dumpster.
I think they'll do. I think the Seahawks are smart offensively. They'll do a mixture of both. They'll flip them around. They'll do whatever they have to do. And Russell Wilson is so smart with the football. Every time we play Russell Wilson, it's always him dominating. He dominates the Giants. Always. Doesn't matter what regime we're in. I feel like the Ravens are most beatable just because there is a trend now where the Ravens defensively are starting to give up. They're 32nd. Get this. Their defense is great. They are like one of the best teams on third down, but they are dead last in red zone efficiency. As far as giving up scores and touchdowns, dead last, 32nd in the NFL. That's such a flip or flop team. That shows Jekyll and Hyde. That shows we have a weakness we can really attack. As long as we get into the red zone, we can. Unfortunately, the Giants suck in the red zone, so that will be something. Something has to give there. But I think the Ravens are most vulnerable right now.
Lauren, you got anything to say that before I get to a couple comments here?
I just think the Cardinals game is definitely going to be the most difficult one. I think that's the one that they have the most likely probability to not win. But in my head right now, the number I keep seeing is 4-2.
I like that. I like that.
VR with the Hub merch.
Please.
Yo, go over to teespring.com/store/the Hub store, man, and get yourself
I'm a
some
walking billboard, bro.
Thank you. I'm working on, I know Kid Blue knows about this. Whoever's in my Discord knows about this. I'm working on a couple new designs, specifically a Wayne Train design. So get ready for that, guys.
Yeah, Hope is helping me out with some stuff too.
Oh, by the way, feel free to send me any more free shirts, my man. I will happily take them because I do enjoy free stuff.
For sure. Yeah, Lord, were you finished? My bad.
No, yeah, I was done.
I bet. So I got a couple people here.
I have two questions. One, I want to see Washington's remaining schedule. And two, I have a question for Kid Blue and Lauren. Do you think there's a team that can remain respectability in this division? By I mean respectability. Is there a team in this division that could finish 8-8 or 9-7 with a winning record? So we have some sort of respectability going to the playoffs.
Absolutely not.
You said 8-8 or 9-7?
Hell no. Yeah. That means win out.
I really don't think so. I don't think so.
That means win out. I don't see any team winning out at all.
I don't think so. Here's Washington's schedule, by the way. And the comments I want to get to, by the way, shout out to everybody in here. Sabrina says, hey, everyone, and Kid Blue's gone. I think after the Eagles loss, we have more of a chance than we did this morning. Krez24 says, bold prediction, we will beat the Seahawks. They are very shaky and defense is bad. Giants drive down against them and stop Russ. Russ isn't the first 5 weeks, Russ. What do you guys think about those two?
I get that Russell Wilson kind of slowed down since the first 5 weeks where he threw 19 touchdowns in the first. Doesn't mean that he's not playing fan. Look at the Thursday night game that just happened. Jesus. Russell Wilson is absolutely – this guy has one of the best touch on a football I've ever seen in my life. And the Giants have been doing a pretty decent job so far defending deep, which is way out of what I expected for this team. But when it comes to Russell, he's so talented. You can't just say, he's not first 5 weeks, Russ, because I mean, you're still giving him a compliment because he's still playing great football right now. He could easily just channel that inner MVP in him right now because he's running away with it right now.
So here's Washington's remaining schedule. I was gonna bring it up anyway, OGR, but Washington, in my opinion, is a team that I really don't know where to place. Like, I don't know what they're gonna do the rest of the season. I just don't have a good read on them. So this is their remaining schedule. They got Cowboys, then Steelers, 49ers, then Seahawks, then Panthers, then Eagles. I think Washington might be the only NFC East team playing the Panthers this year.
Yeah,
because that's the NFC South divisional thing.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about this one here?
So right now, I think the best case for Washington, and I guess KB or Lauren can do the worst case, is a win against Dallas, win against the Niners, win against Panthers, win against Eagles.
That's a good amount of wins, bro. That's 4 wins right there. That puts them at 7-9.
Yep, I said that's best case.
Yeah.
Lauren?
Worst case? I would say worst case.
Yeah, worst case, and then what you think might happen.
Worst case is I think they lose versus the Cowboys. Well, they'll lose versus the Steelers. Lose versus the 49ers. Lose versus the Seahawks. I think they have a chance to lose against the Panthers either way. And then I'll give them the win versus the Eagles. Was that no win? That was one win.
That's 4. They'd be 4-12 at that point, I think.
Yeah, they'd be 4-12.
That could happen. No,
you think that's realistic?
Is that realistic? I mean, that's like worst case scenario. I think they can win like 2 or 3 games.
You want me to tell you realistic? They could lose out just by looking at that. I think they could lose out.
You think they could lose out?
I think they could lose out. I think it's perfect for Philly that they get Washington at the end because they could just throw everything they have, don't worry about anything, just try to go out and win a game. That's the last game of the season. And maybe Philly's actually playing for something there, and they have Washington there who they usually beat up on. Well, they usually take turns doing that. But I think they could easily lose out here. I think the Panthers, if they get Teddy Bridgewater back, we've seen them have a really good offense.
Yeah, the Panthers are good. Even
without Christian McCaffrey, they've been doing a pretty good job running the football as well. I think they could easily lose out. Now, best case scenario for them, for the Washington football team, I think best case they beat the Cowboys, and okay, best case they beat the Cowboys, they beat the 49ers, and they beat the Eagles. I don't think they beat the Panthers. Call me crazy. I don't think
that's not crazy. The Panthers are a good team.
Yeah. So I think best case scenario they have 3 wins, and I'm not even too sure about 49ers. Like I think the 49ers ground attack is really good. So I don't think Washington will be able to handle that. Being that Washington's ground defense is not very good. So 2 wins may be their best case scenario. 2 wins may be that. That's why I really don't care about Washington. I don't really care that they beat the Bengals. I don't care. So
but we need them to beat the Cowboys.
Yeah,
you heard it here first, guys. Man. Kid Blue is a big believer in PJ Walker.
I like PJ Walker. Hey man, I like the guy. He excites me when he plays, but he kind of underwhelmed me today. I was watching him play. He threw like the stupidest, like worse than like a Daniel Jones interception. Dude just threw it with 3 other defenders there and no receivers there into the end. Just lobbed it into the end zone. Got it.
Shout out to Calvin. And whoa, Calvin's a member? Calvin, when did you become a member? Hold up, what? Calvin, thank you. I didn't even, this man became a member. Shout out to
sometimes if you're not streaming and somebody becomes a member, it won't tell you. You gotta go into the damn members. You might have more members than you know, man.
Hey, Calvin, thank you so much. I did not even realize that. He's a Cardinals fan, right? So pretty objective standpoint here, looking from the outside looking in. He says the Cardinals in Seattle have been playing better than the Bucs, just luckier. NFC East is up for grabs with coaching being the deciding factor. Great opportunity for Judge to silence the media. And let me tell you something, the media has been really quick with doubling up and doing 180 on Judge.
Jeff Schwartz, former guard for the Giants, absolutely just hates Joe Judge. I mean, it's like slandering him. He like good job, Mike Silver. Very good reporting. Can you ride him any harder? Like, oh my God, you gotta watch the thread. Look at the thread by Jeff Schwartz. Really, really frustrating.
Lauren, what do you think about this? About what Calvin said and how the media is doing this 180 on Joe Judge?
I
'cause
can
they
barely
hated
see
him.
Lauren above Calvin there.
But
But
and people
nobody
are
cares
saying,
about me. Nobody.
Oh, so he said the Cardinals and Seahawks aren't playing better than the Bucks?
he says they're just being luckier, and he's a Cardinals fan.
I don't know. I'm really impressed by the Cardinals. I don't know. I might have bias towards Kyler Murray.
Yeah,
I
don't
really
think the
like Kyler Murray.
Yeah, I don't think the Cardinals are lucky. I think that was actually, I think that was just good. They've been playing really consistent. If anything, I think the Bucks have been getting lucky. They were lucky against us. They were lucky against us.
Now the
Okay.
Bucks weren't getting lucky; they just got the reps because they got Brady over there.
Right. Yeah, but some sort of luck is involved in there. You know, I think the Bucks are getting away with a lot. I think they are a good team. Don't get me wrong, but their primetime games lately have been very underwhelming.
So Jeremy Dolan says the Cowboys are going 8-8. What is
wins?
what is
That's five
BTS
more
think
wins.
about that?
That's crazy.
There's only 6 games left,
And
in
that's
their
coming from
schedule.
a Cowboys fan right there, folks.
Oh, Jeremiah is a Cowboys fan. Okay,
Now he's talking to me.
bet. Okay. No. So yeah,
Oh.
if it does come down to coaching, which I think that's automatically what it is going to come down to, Joe Judge got it in the bag. I don't think it's a secret that he's the best coach. It's crazy to say this. We got the best coach and the best quarterback in the NFC East right now.
I'd say so.
In this moment, yes.
Yeah, I would still probably say, not to sound like KB, but I'd probably still say Dak is the best in the league. Not in the league, sorry, in the division.
Oh, she said in the league. Oh, Lord is a
No, I
Cowboys
meant to say
fan.
the division. In the division.
She was with me in the Cowboys meeting. I'm just saying her. She was with me in the Cowboys meeting.
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
secret Cowboys fan, StreamYard.
But yeah, right now, right? All right, let's talk about Carson Wentz. I want to talk about this earlier because I was looking at the Eagles game. You know, I was supposed to hop on with OGR and do the stream actually, but I had homework. What do y'all think? What's happening with Carson Wentz? Is he just straight trash now, or is this like just a result of the Eagles being trash? Like, what is up with Carson Wentz?
I'll be honest with you. I think it's the same thing that was going on with Daniel Jones, and it shouldn't go on with Carson Wentz. Mental. It's all mental. You look at Carson Wentz just in that Browns game. He had to put the team on his back like he usually does. You know, he's done that in the past. So he feels like he has that confidence, but it quickly diminishes, and he will just throw the ball anywhere. You could see him just flustered under pressure every time he misses a throw. He's just like looking up at the damn, the huge freaking monitor, just looking at what he did wrong. Like, I can't understand this, So that's exactly what I see from Carson. I think it's all mental. The same thing what Daniel Jones was going through. He has the talent. It's just he has so much on his plate. The team around him is not good enough, and he's asked and forced to do too much, and he just can't. That's what I think.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of that. It's funny, when I was watching the game today, it's just a lot of the same things Daniel Jones was doing, like forcing plays,
the ball,
trying to be the hero, probably because the Eagles aren't good. Offensive line isn't good, just bad turnovers, bad decision making. And I mean, I don't know. It's really weird though, just because of where he was the year the Eagles won the Super Bowl. I mean, obviously they were a good team then because they won the Super Bowl, but he's just, it definitely looks like some of it is mental and just trying to do too much.
OGR, where are you standing with Carson Wentz?
This is talkie right here, and that's what happened. No,
I loved that play.
That pick six.
Huge
Oh man,
smile on my face.
Anyways,
we could just before you start OGR, we could just laugh at what's his name, Nitro Free, because he went all the way to Cleveland to go watch that game and got him banned. So
wow. Man, I do not feel bad. Oh, actually, I don't. And it was pouring. Oh my Lord!
No, get this. He said he loved it. He said he wanted it to rain. He said this is the best time to watch and play football. Go Birds! That's what he said in his video. He put it back to the garden.
Yeah,
trash dumpster fire.
Yes, I'm enjoying this background, by the way. Anyways, that being said,
where do you stand with Wentz?
Where do I stand with Wentz? I believe a lot of it is Kid Blue, and I agree with him. It's a lot of it's mental, but part of it is that's just a historically bad offensive line. I think he's been sacked 34 times. That's the most he's ever been in his career. I mean, he's on pace probably to get sacked almost 50 times this season. Like, it's crazy. I mean, you're getting sacked almost 40, 50 times as a quarterback, man. It's not good. That's gonna F with you. And also he's been known to hang on to the ball and try and make a play. And when you don't have that offensive line that allows you to do that, and you have a coach that is not using the run game to help you, on top of that, man, you've got issues. Because Miles Sanders is the man.
Yeah, I was wondering, why don't they run it more? It seems like it was working today.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I love Miles Sanders.
That's something that a lot of Eagles fans complain about. The run game is always working for them, but Dougie P just does not lean on it.
I think he's averaging like 4.1 yards per
Pat
carry today.
Pat Shurmur has possessed Doug Peterson.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
Miles Sanders, what college did he go to, KB?
Penn State. That's why I love me some Miles Sanders, man. He's like a little Saquon out there, man. No joke. He's like a little Saquon out there.
So Milana says, I think we're forgetting that the defense, it's not like it was in the beginning. The defense had improved. The defense will win the Super Bowl for us. Forget that without a defense, we ain't going nowhere. Okay, so I don't know about win the Super Bowl. But I think we could all agree that this defense is about to do something for us.
Listen, the defense is great. They've been playing great. There is some holes still we have, but every good defense still has some holes, and that's supposed to be perfect. But it is concerning with teams that have multiple threats at the receiver position. You look at the Seahawks, you look at the Cowboys, and not so much the Browns since they don't have Odell there. So it's gonna be hard.
What do y'all think about this? I see Bashir's been tapping this a lot. Eagles are going to win the division, sadly. He doesn't want them to win it. I don't see a way that the Eagles win this division, man. I'm sorry. Not anymore. They look so bad today.
Sadly, because he wants a high draft pick, right?
Yeah. I don't see a way that they win it, man. Not after today.
I think the Cowboys will win if the Giants don't win.
I think the Eagles just suck.
The Eagles have the best chance, I think, right at this moment, right now. They have the best chance. But then again, that could change in 2 weeks.
I think they only have the best chance.
Christopher, I did not go.
Huh?
No, somebody was asking if I went to Penn State. I said no.
Oh, no. But as far as the Eagles, I think they only have the best chance because they have that tie. Had they not have that tie, we wouldn't. Yeah, we wouldn't be so scared of the Eagles making it had they not had that tie.
Do the Giants have the best division record out of the 4 teams?
Yes, right now we clinched at least a split. No other team has that yet. So we clinched at least a split in the division, and so at least we won't have a losing record, and that'll help us if we tie up. But my goal is to get to 4. We're 3-2. My goal is to get to 4. So yeah.
Marjorie says Giants have X-Men and Tay Crowder coming back and McKinney debuting, something to look forward to. So we talked about this before you popped in, KB. So give us your thoughts on this, on all 3 players, man.
I'm excited. I'm excited for Xavier McKinney. O'Shane Ximines frustrates me, man, because I mean he was starting, he just wasn't playing like a starter. I mean, I don't think there's gonna be much of a difference with O'Shane in there. Probably just a better rotation, keep the guys fresh. Tay Crowder is gonna be a huge upgrade automatically, just to have that sense of athletic ability out there at the inside linebacker position, as opposed to David Mayo, who's better in the run game, not as so good in the passing game. We've seen that throughout the weeks. And Xavier McKinney, man, I'm excited to see what he's going to do with Jabril Peppers. I hope they prove me wrong. I don't think it's going to be as effective together to have that special yin and yang, like sort of safety duo you're supposed to have with the perfect balance of coverage and hard-hitting ability. I just don't think they have that together. I think there's a little loss of coverage there between the two. So, yeah, I'm excited to see what McKinney's going to do. And we'll see. Let's see if he was the best, if he was truly the best safety on the board, because Antoine Winfield looks amazing. So
I just want to say, Drew Pierce, my bad.
That's a big dude.
No, that's a Keith Lee. Keith Lee is currently a WWE superstar, so I respect that. I like Keith Lee. He says, "Why is everybody sleeping on the Cowboys?" Well, I'll tell you what. You got KB here. He's 100% not sleeping on the Cowboys. He's your number 1 supporter right now, man.
Yeah.
Listen, man. As far as what I see in that game, Andy Dalton looked like he knew how to run the offense, and that's pretty much all you need.
But it's Andy Dalton. You can't rely on that week in, week out.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. It's Andy Dalton, and they're still. You saw how open those guys were. You don't need a good quarterback for this offense. DiNucci is garbage. He's worse than that dumpster fire behind OGR. That's why they weren't able to move the football around. But if you see it against Minnesota, I mean, I could have thrown those passes through for 350 yards against Minnesota just now. CeeDee Lamb was always open. Michael Gallup dropped an easy pass. Amari Cooper was open on every slant route he ran. So in those schemes like that with 3 solid receivers and a running game and a semi-decent offensive line, you don't need a really good quarterback. Andy Dalton should suffice. That's the only part that scares me is that offense is crazy. The defense is going to help us. I'm pretty sure it's going to help us. I'm pretty sure it's going to lose them a couple of games. So that's all.
If y'all think KB is capping, just put a cap emoji in the chat. I want to see how many cap emojis I get. But Lord, do you agree with me, or are you kind of with KB here? Since it's Andy Dalton, that's why I'm not scared of the Cowboys, because I don't think he's going to do that week in, week out.
I don't know. I think Andy Dalton is a good backup quarterback. I'm trying to think of other backups.
I don't think he's a backup at all. I think he's like a multiple 4,000-yard passer. I mean, I don't think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Not at this point in his career.
Yo, if that's not screaming, I love the star right there.
Oh my
I don't know
God.
what it is.
It's called realism. I don't look with a blue lens.
I know, but this is not Andy Dalton in 2014. This is Andy Dalton 2020.
Yes, Andy Dalton has been playing well up until he left Cincinnati. It's just that over the course of the season, Cincinnati just has been screwing him and not giving him, the right amount of opportunities out there. But Andy Dalton always starts out hot. How many years have we seen Cincinnati where Andy Dalton is top of the MVP conversation through the first 5 weeks and it just fades away? It always happens every single year. He's always top in passing, top in touchdowns.
Yo, you're kind of backing up my point. That's the thing. He's not good at this time of the year.
At this time of the year, yeah, but he hasn't had his time. He's only played 1 game since he got hurt.
I don't know.
Listen, all I'm saying is, if Andy Dalton winds up balling out, and I'm out here saying, "Damn, I told you guys," and everybody's like, "Well, damn, I didn't see this coming." Well, you can say KB told you. That's it.
I'm kind of with KB on that.
Yeah, and I'll be like, proves he's a Cowboys fan.
Authentic says KB smoking the huff right now, talking about Andy Dalton. Jay Dawkins thinks you got something else on you, but I don't know, man. You low key, you really are sounding like a Cowboys fan.
Listen, I'm a pessimist. All right, I'm a pessimist. You guys know this.
I always pessimist and the nervous Nelly.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm the nervous Nelly, and
exactly. Listen, I always look at things as the worst case scenario, and if I'm shocked, I want it to be a good reason, not a bad reason. I don't like to be shocked with bad news. I like to be shocked with good news. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Listen, I hope that you're completely wrong, man. I hope that you're completely wrong. This is what I don't get. If you're such a believer in Andy Dalton, why aren't you a believer in Alex Smith?
I am. That's why we were just talking about Washington. But I don't think Washington does not have the team. Alex Smith does not have the team around him that Andy Dalton does. Understand? I said it right when I joined the stream. I think Alex Smith gives them the best opportunity to win over Kyle Allen or Dwayne Haskins. But I just don't think their team is good enough to do anything. I don't think they know what it's like to win. Washington just sucks. Cowboys don't know what it's like to win.
I don't know. Washington does play hard every week, though, it seems.
They play hard, but they always screw themselves and they lose. And
that 2-point conversion.
Right.
I was like, what?
Here's the thing. Does Washington even want to win? Because they should be looking for their next quarterback. Do they even want to win?
I'm like, what?
Yeah, do they? I don't know what they're trying. Well, listen, I think it's just like how the Giants are right now. Even though we're not, I would say we're not looking for a quarterback as long as Dave Gettleman is still here. I think it's just that thing of, hey, the opportunity is there. Let's go after it. It's what I was saying earlier. If these teams were at this position, but we already had a clear-cut division winner and there's no opportunity for us to even get in, I guarantee you these teams wouldn't be playing as hard as they are now. Washington's playing pretty hard. You see Dallas has some fight. The Giants are really playing hard. Even in games they lose, they're getting respect from everybody. So I honestly don't think these teams would be playing this hard if it wasn't for the opportunity that they have. They're saying, screw the draft pick. We want to go after the playoffs. So
What do you think with Washington, OGR?
What do I think about Washington? I mean, you never know how that defense is going to show up. I mean, that defense can look like a top 10 defense, and then sometimes they look like a bottom 20 defense. So it's all about Washington consistency. And they really, I think, to help Alex Smith out, need to get that run game going. And even today, they really didn't get the run game going, but they still pull out the wins. So
I don't know.
I mean, we'll see going forward. Like, I honestly think that a lot of people underestimate Washington, and I know people see Dallas and they see the flashiness, but I don't know. Give me a decent defense and see where it goes. And if Alex Smith can get his legs under him, I really think Washington could be more of a threat than people are giving him credit. I think they're the sneakiest team in this division.
Okay, here's where I stand.
Because we beat them twice.
I got to give you all where I stand. I am not worried about Washington at all. I respect Washington.
This is going to be one of those clips that gets recorded and then played back with Washington. No, I'm kidding.
If Washington does something, this clip is going to get played back.
There's like compilations or whatever.
I am not at all worried about Washington. I am not thinking about Washington for the rest of the season. I respect their defensive front. That's about the only part of their entire team that I respect. Those four first rounders that they have on their defensive front. I don't expect Washington to do anything for the rest of the season. With the Cowboys, they're on my radar a little bit more, but to be completely honest with you, I don't see the Cowboys really being much of a threat to the Giants. I legitimately think, and maybe I do have my blue lens on, I do think that the Giants could come out here and take this division as of today, because I still
like their shot.
I still think that the Eagles coming into today was their biggest threat. And even though the Cowboys won that game, that's more of a Minnesota choke job, in my opinion, than a Cowboys comeback job. That's why I'm like, after the Eagles look so trash, I'm just confident that the Giants could just get the division. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they're about to get 7 wins. They might win this division with like 6 wins or something, but that's where I stand.
Here's my thing. At the end of the Eagles game, I'm like, oh my God, the Giants are going to run away with this division. There's nobody's going to catch us, right? And then, because I was like, I don't care. Washington won. They beat a Burrow-less Cincinnati team. I don't care. So I was like, I threw Washington out the window, threw Philly out the window, and I already had Dallas out the window. And then Dallas goes ahead and wins this game, and I'm like, damn, now we have somebody to worry about, and they're ruining our track here, because Washington did us a favor. I know it's unfortunate, but it worked out for us. Got rid of Joe Burrow and pretty much got us on that path to making the playoffs and beating Cincinnati, and going on week to week after that and doing our own thing. If we had, I don't even care if Washington won. Like I said, if we had Dallas and Philly lose, I would say it's 100%. I think the Giants are going to go away with it, are going to win the division. But when you have teams, when in a tight, close race, when you have teams that are winning games that they're supposed to lose, that's an issue. That's a real issue, because that one game could be the game that gets them in the playoffs. That's how.
Here's the thing, right? I fully expect Washington to beat Dallas. That's why I'm not worried about Dallas.
Really?
I expect them to lose against Washington and then go up against the Ravens the next week. They have 2 Thursday night games in a row, by the way. So I expect them to lose on both Thursday nights, and I think that knocks them out of playoff contention. Compared
to that happens, it's 100%.
Hub, I got to get this point in. Before, when you were doing your spiel, because it was with the blue lens, obviously, I was doing this.
For those of you that don't know, that's from my last skit. My overreacting Giants fan, that's his dance move. He's the one that completely believes in the Giants. So that's what OGR was hinting to there. But yeah, I don't know. Chat, do I have my blue lens on? Because that's how I see the division right now. I think the division is completely out there for our taking. I think it's because of the fact that the Eagles lost and that this Bengals game is going to be without Joe Burrow. I think for the first time in a long time, the Giants' destiny is in their own hands. What do you think about that, OGR?
That's the biggest thing. But I'll let Lauren take that.
That the Giants' destiny is in their own hands?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if they win out, then this conversation, doesn't matter unless everyone else, that can't mathematically happen because we face the Cowboys and blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, they could technically win out and probably make the playoffs. But are they going to do that? I don't know. I hope.
We got Drew Pierce captain.
I like that.
We got Drew Pierce capping. He says, if I'm not mistaken, the Giants haven't won a game outside the division, and the Cowboys have 2. So, well, listen, we should be, sweeping the division, Drew Pierce. So if you want to cap, I can cap as well, man.
I just want it to be next week.
You just want it to be Sunday already.
So I can watch the game and just know what's going to happen.
Right. I guarantee there's no way. I think the Giants have a 99.9% chance of winning this game. If we freaking lose this game, bro.
I'm going to go into panic mode.
We're not.
Yeah,
it's going to be like the 49ers game again.
Never say never on either side of the ball.
Well, that's the thing. I didn't say never. I just said we're not losing this game. I cannot.
I literally cannot lose this game.
I cannot see a way that
we go to Wayne Gallman. Let's go.
Yeah, but the Giants' destiny is definitely not in their own hands, because that would mean that no matter what they do, they slack off. They could probably still win a division. They have to really, really fight in these games and try to win one of the games that they're not supposed to try to make up for what Dallas did just now.
I'm excited for that Seattle game. Either way, it's a 4-4.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I'm excited for all of them. I really, even if we come out and we go, who's the first? I think it's the Seahawks, the first team that we're supposed to lose to. That's the first person we play right after the
Who's the week after the Bengals?
Yeah. So if we play hard against the Seahawks, I'll have some sort of confidence going into Arizona that, hey, maybe if we figured this out, we could win. And then going against Baltimore, I'm like, hey, we faced these type of teams with running quarterbacks before, and we learned how to contain them. I think we could beat Baltimore. So that's kind of the mindset I would be going into.
Yo, and low key, Cleveland is the worst team, but they're the worst winning team I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think we could beat them.
Today was a pick six, a safety,
Cleveland.
They squeak out.
Listen, bro. Cleveland is Cleveland. Cleveland is literally they're still the Browns. They're still the Browns of last year, man. That's why I'm like, we could beat them.
They're literally running they're either running the ball or running a play action bootleg today. Yeah, it was so predictable. It was just Baker's good at it, but
we got a good question here by Frankie G. He says, what are the X factors to making the playoffs? I got you. Wayne Gallman continues to run hard because our offense has really improved since he continues to run hard. The offensive line continues to improve. And the Giants' secondary gets better because I think that our middle linebacking core, our defensive line, we're fine there. The secondary has to get better.
No, we find a pass rush. O'Shane comes back and beats the player we thought.
You mean an edge rusher? Because we do have a pass rusher. It's Leo. But we definitely need an edge rusher.
My X factor is Daniel Jones making opposing defenses fear his passing attack. More so, they don't fear his passing attack. They really don't. If you just watch him, they don't care about him throwing the ball. He's made some really good throws lately, and that's what I want him to see consistently. If we get Daniel Jones to make defenses fear the pass, then we'll be able to, more RPOs for Daniel Jones and him being able to run, or Wayne Gallman or what have you. I want Daniel Jones to attack through the air more so than him being that guy that squeaks out, yards just by running the ball and being under pressure and getting his yards that way. I don't want my quarterback is supposed to pass the ball. I don't care who you are, Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson. I want my quarterback to throw the ball. So I think that's the X factor. If we get Daniel Jones to be a threat in the air attack, I think this offense goes a long way, very long way.
I do want to say this is a good point here, and I think we could all agree with this. Whoever wins this Thursday night game is the team I'll be looking at seriously between Washington and Dallas. But what will be your X factors to making the playoffs, Lauren?
I gotta agree. I think it's Daniel Jones. I know he struggles with the deep ball.
Yeah. Shout out to Nikki.
Monday Night Football versus the Buccaneers, but I'm he had 2 nice deep throws last week. So let's try it again. I don't know. I'm someone who this probably isn't even smart, but
is DJ your guy? Is DJ your quarterback? Is DJ your quarterback?
Well, right now, yeah, of course. I'm not gonna be he's not my quarterback. I'm not gonna be is Daniel Jones is Daniel Jones the franchise quarterback for the next 15 years? I can't say that yet. You know what I mean? I can't say that yet. I don't know. But right now, we're let's go, DJ. Let's Jason Garrett. Let's maybe have him throw the ball down the field a little bit more because I feel his confidence is up now. I feel things are in the right direction. So his rookie season, he was able to throw the ball down the field. So maybe we try to do that a little more. So it's not just all these quick passes. Yeah, the quick passes are working, but I feel like you're going to head into a game where those quick passes are all game planned by the defense. They understand that. So eventually I feel like you're going to have to throw the ball down the field more. And I think he can do it now. I think, like we said, that was rock bottom versus the Buccaneers. So let's try to throw the ball down the field again. I have confidence that he will be able to do it. Let's do that. And like play actions and stuff. Like those are always great.
OGR, is Daniel Jones your quarterback?
Is Daniel Jones my quarterback?
Yeah.
Well, I'm ride or die Giant. So whoever's quarterback, and I'm ride or die. So, I mean, that's pretty much what it is. Am I going to sit there and give him a ringing endorsement and say that he's, our next quarterback? No, I don't. Because, again, I'm going to give him a third year. I mean, let's see. I mean, I said last year, I said it was a mistake to let Pat Shurmur go at the time. And now it looks okay now, but still, we knew between all this other thing that DJ was playing catch up with his new offense. And I think finally he's, with the Tampa Bay game and everything, it's starting to come. So if he can keep on this roll, and then again, at some point down the stretch, there's going to be a game here, either Arizona, Ravens, or Seattle, where if we want to take that next step, we want to look like some semblance of a playoff team, then Daniel Jones is going to have to step up and carry this team like a Russell Wilson, like a Kyler Murray, and put it to bed, like KB is saying. And if he does that, then okay. He's going to need that shining moment for Giants fans to give him that one more boost of confidence that, to really get behind him again. Because I think we got way too low on him, even though he was struggling at the time.
Mm-hmm. And KB, is DJ your quarterback, man?
Hell yeah, man. DJ all the way, man. Listen, I love Daniel Jones. Although I get emotional and I make videos about him, slandering him, I've been out here defending on the front lines for Daniel Jones, that I have the TFT cult, the Take for Trevor cult, always knocking on my door after Daniel Jones does something wrong. They hate me that much, okay? So I'm one of the biggest Daniel Jones supporters out here, all right? I love the guy. I want to see him succeed. I could see him being the next franchise quarterback. But again, I can't just throw it out there. That's such a big sort of title to give somebody. He really needs to prove it and, start beating teams outside of the division. That would be nice. So that being said, I mean, we'll see what happens with Daniel Jones, but he's on the right track so far. Let's just hope he stays consistent, because we do not want to see him go right back to rock bottom, because that would not be good, especially that we're heading towards the end of the season.
So we got.
Oh, by the way,
what's up?
Low key, KB, I got your favorite running back of all time right there, baby.
27 squad, baby. Yeah.
We got the guy himself, Dave the Guglielmo, in the chat. He says, "What do you guys?"
Elmo, I pronounced. Yeah, I learned.
He says, "What are you guys' thoughts on him being better than that punk boy Colombo?" So I already know OGR and KB's thoughts because I've had them on since then. But Warren, what did you think about the whole Dave Guglielmo situation and firing Mark Colombo?
Yeah, I thought it was a good move because it came out that Joe Judge had been more involved with the offense recently. I mean, not the offense. Oh my gosh, the offensive line recently. And we obviously saw the offensive line playing better recently. And it seemed like there was issues there. So bringing in a new guy, I think that was good. It seemed like he was fired, obviously, because of him being brought in. Guglielmo, did I say it right? Being brought in, and then him being like, "Why are you bringing this guy in?" To paraphrase. But it seems like the right move because it just wasn't working there with Colombo. It seems it just
and
people were struggling on the offensive line.
Dave DeGuglielmo's boss is in the chat too.
Yeah, we got Dave Gelman in the chat. He says he's talking to Kid Blue. What's up, Kid Blue?
Oh, what's up? I think we got some news here. Austin Rivers is a Nick, by the way, but
Austin Rivers is a Nick.
That's what that's what Word just said. I'm just trying to see if that's true. Diggy546, what's up?
Yeah, it is.
So shout out to Diggy546. I did not know he was a Giants YouTuber. He said
been around for a while, yeah.
Yeah, he says I better see a 4-touchdown Daniel Jones game this week. Now here's the thing.
Yeah, I would love that. Let's go.
This Cincinnati defense is not anything special. We should see a pretty big game passing wise. Like, would you guys be disappointed if we don't see a pretty big game passing wise? Because this ain't no defense to be scared of.
No,
You're right, but
yeah.
You're right, but at the end of the day, we win. How we going to win? Like, let's say we go 200 yards on the round. Like,
Right.
it all depends what they see. I mean, because I view, everything to me is evolved off the run and the play action and the RPOs. So I expect us to be this grinded out, average 24 points type of team, and not get into a shootout unless we absolutely need to.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And by the way, we got Drew Pierce is straight up capping, bro. He says Danny Fumbles only beats Washington. We'll put some respect on his name. He beat Tampa Bay, he beats Washington, and he beat the Eagles, man. And he should have beat your team too. But if we're going to talk about wins he actually has, it's Washington, Tampa Bay, and the Eagles, all right? So he could only beat 3 teams. If you're going to insult him, get it right.
Yeah, he slays one of them. So he's
So,
undefeated.
yeah.
One of them.
Guys, get your last minute thoughts in here. I'm gonna go ahead and end it out in a couple minutes. Get your last minute questions in here. There's been a pretty
Yeah, I have 6%
good
on
stream.
my computer.
You're 6% on your computer.
Yeah.
She's just gonna ride it till it
Dude,
dies.
She's not
When
gonna
it
let
gets
us
like
know at all.
2%, I just gotta leave. I have a final tomorrow too that I have to take. So
Oh,
right.
dang.
Lauren, why are you out here, bro? Study.
get some sleep. No. I'm like studying. My studies are fine. My studies, but no, like it's fine. Like my studies, I'm good study wise. Like sleep is also important.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what
No,
they
I
say.
gotta-
Good sleep, good test.
I got a stats one tomorrow as well, but it's like it is what it is, man.
Yeah, literally.
Bashir has a
It's
question.
weird.
He says, "What are some reasons that the Eagles will win the division?" I honestly cannot answer that, bro. I don't know.
No, there is no
Yo,
reason why they
you
should.
better like win your next 3, and then we can talk about it.
Yeah.
If the Eagles actually start flying,
Yeah, they need to start flying,
the
man.
Because
wings
they're-
on the
they're-
helmet actually like take form. Oh,
Well,
see,
they're-
I can't do that. Someone's gonna clip that and be like, "Oh, now I'm an Eagles fan."
Their wings have been clipped by us, so they got to find a way to find some more wings. But yeah, they've been clipped by us. So
Yeah, no, I can't see any reason, bro. After that loss against us, and then they just look worse against the Browns. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I'm just laughing, dude. I'm just laughing. Nitro Freak really went in there. He was like, guys, I'm so excited for this game. And it's raining out here. It's gonna be great. Oh, I love this type of football. Damn, clearly the Eagles don't love that type of football, man. But
yeah, by the way, shout out to Calvin again. It is Thanksgiving week coming up. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody in here,
Happy
man.
Thanksgiving.
yeah.
Happy
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Word says the Chiefs defense is not good. It definitely took a step
The
back from
Raiders
last year.
are really about to sweep the freaking Chiefs.
Wait,
this-
how much time is left in that game?
I warned people about the Raiders. Everybody laughed at me.
No,
Yeah, I
bro,
love
I did
the
too.
Raiders. I
Week
think
one.
the Raiders, call me crazy. Actually, I think this is fact. The Raiders, and you guys can go back in history, the Raiders in the past 10 years are the most successful rebuilt team. That's exactly what a rebuilt team looks like. Call me crazy. The Jacksonville Jaguars tried doing it. They had one good year. We tried doing it. We weren't successful. How many other teams have tried to rebuild and doesn't look as good as the Raiders do right now? Talking drugs. He looks great. Talking
But yeah,
drugs.
no, I've said it all the way back in week 1, I think. I was like, people are going to be surprised by this Raiders team. They look a lot better on paper, especially how they performed last year. They're going to be good this year, and they're probably going to make it out of the AFC West, to be honest with you. 6-3 right now.
Well, I don't think they're going to make it out of the AFC West, but I think they get a wild card.
Yeah, that's what I mean by make it out of the AFC West.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, guys, thank you all once again. Oh yeah, look, this is a good one. The Colts did rebuild okay. The Colts look really good this year as well.
The Colts rebuilt okay, but the Raiders were at rock bottom. The Colts were never really at rock bottom.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, thank you guys all for tuning in, man. Shout out to the chat. At one point, we had 100 people in here. We got around 70, 80 right now. Thank you to all y'all for coming in. Shout out to OGR, KB, and She Got Sports for coming in. I'm going to let you all say your little spiel, and then we're going to be out of here. OGR, start it off, man.
Well, I enjoyed it, guys. The heat from this dumpster fire kept me going. KB, you are a secret Dallas fan. Lauren, it's a pleasure working with you as always. Hub, thank you for having me. And on to the next one.
Lauren?
Yeah, Hub, thanks for organizing this. This was a great time to just let my nerves out and just share with everyone that I was nervous. Hub, you seem pretty chill, so maybe I'll be more chill now. But yeah, fun time working with you all and just chatting with you all again.
For sure, man.
Go Giants!
Wait, we're both gonna do fine. We're
not
both gonna do
stressful
fine on our
possible.
exams tomorrow.
Oh yeah, and our exams. Yeah, those tests.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I will do well on that too.
KB, I'm gonna let you close that out, bro.
All right, guys. Well, it's been a pleasure working with you all. OGR, haven't talked to you in a while, man. Great to talk to you again. Lauren, always a pleasure. You whooped me in fantasy this week. Absolutely destroyed me. I forgot to put in Deontay Johnson and had Allen Robinson starting. He was on a bye. And she was very sneaky with it. She put Taysom Hill at tight end, and I was like, no, she didn't. She really did that.
I did that in my other fantasy league. So me and Lauren picked alike.
Yeah, so she had Kyler Murray ball out, and then she had Taysom Hill score 24 points as a tight end. So that was fantastic. So I'm just gonna take my L there and not even look at it for the next couple of days. But yeah, great stream. Thanks for having me on, Hub. As always, guys. Yeah, it's been a pleasure, and talk to you guys later.
And that's it, man. We're out. Peace.
Peace.